Hello, today I'm going to compare the energy usage of my new Proxmox server to my old server using this energy monitoring smart plug. I'm also going to move one of my Linux containers from the old server onto the new server. I'm now connected to my old server. It's an i5 4590T. It has two Linux containers running and minimal CPU usage. The idle power draw is about 8 watts. Next, I'm going to simulate CPU load using a package called Stress. So first I'll apt install Stress. And with that installed, I'll run the command stress on 4 CPU cores for 30 seconds. Here we can see that now the CPU is under 100% load, and we can see at 100% load we're drawing 35 watts. Next, I want to move this WordPress Linux container from the old server to the new server. So what I'm going to do is go to backup, and I'm going to create a backup on my USB drive. Next, I'm going to safely remove the USB drive. I'll do this by going to Data Center, Storage, and I'll note that my SanDisk USB is at Mount PVE SanDisk. I'll edit this and remove Enable. Then I'll go to the node and the shell, and I'll unmount Mount PVE SanDisk. Now it should be safe to remove the USB drive. I'm now on my new server, which is an i5 8500. It also has 2 containers running and minimal CPU usage. At idle, the power usage is 10 watts. I'll now run the stress command on the new server, this time with 6 CPU cores. Again, we have 100% CPU load. At 100% CPU load, we're drawing 72 watts. I've inserted my USB drive into the new server, and now I'm going to mount it. First I'll go to disks, and we can see that the USB drive is at dev SDC1. Then I'll go to the shell. I'll navigate to Mount PVE. I'll make a directory, SanDisk, and then I'll mount dev SDC1 to Mount PVE SanDisk. Next, I need to go to Data Center, Storage, Add Directory. I'll call it SanDisk. The directory is the mount location, Mount PVE SanDisk. And the content that we have on it is backups. Add. Now if we select SanDisk, we can see the backups that were created on the old server. I'm now going to select the most recent backup and restore it. I'm going to put it on local LVM and restore. Now that the restore task is finished, I'll start the container, and the container is running. Now that I've transferred the container, I want to look at the running costs per year for each of the machines. Now, the dollars per year to run will equal 365 days times 24 hours times the wattage divided by 1,000 to convert that to kilowatts times by the price per kilowatt hour. And where I live, each kilowatt hour is approximately 33 cents. So the old server at idle will equal about $23 a year to run. The old server at full load would equal about $101 per year. The new server at idle is about $28 per year. And the new server at full load would be $208 per year. So while I've increased the computing power, the idle running costs have only increased slightly. And considering this machine will mostly be idling, I think that's a fair trade-off. Thanks for listening to this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.